All right, I'm here in Sutton Field with RDS Lawn Care Services. We're here again with Jeff Zobel from Green Resources. He's here today to talk a little bit about the different turfs that we have. We are standing on a nice Bermuda lawn that is treated 6 times a year for fertilization and weed control. This is part of our basic program that we do, and Jeff consulted with us to design this program for Bermuda lawns, and this lawn has been under our care for going on 3 years now. So we're actually standing on some really nice turf right here, but right in front of Jeff is a spot, and if we'll bend down here and show it right here, this is a spot that had some winter damage, winter kill. Talk a little bit about, Jeff, what we dealt with this winter and what Bermuda grass, how it reacted as a result of the extreme cold temperatures we had.
Sure, yeah. We're fighting with a lot of extreme fluctuations in the area, and just like in the summertime we've had some really extreme heat. This past winter we also had some really extreme cold. We had some temperatures as low as 9 degrees over the winter, which in the Charlotte metro area is really cold. We don't usually get near that cold. And so what happens is when you have your warm season grasses like Bermudas, zoysias, centipede, St. Augustine, things like that, then yeah, you can negatively affect those, and it'll make a big impact. And what you see here is what would be one of two things. It can either actually be just frost freeze winter damage, or you can have a disease called spring dead spot. In this situation, it's just kind of an open area. So what happens is as the Bermuda goes dormant, when you get really extreme cold temperatures, all the moisture gets sucked out of the plant, just like in your refrigerator or your freezer. And when it pulls all the moisture out of the plant, the cells rupture and the plant dies. Fortunately enough, Bermuda, as you know, it runs, it spreads, it grows on its own. So what you can end up with is once we get the summer temperatures, you feed it well and you water it, then you end up with a situation like this where it's already started to fill back in and regrow just from the nutrient.
And so, yeah, as Jeff said, we had very, very cold snaps in the winter time, but we also had a really cold spring. And so unfortunately, these spots that normally fill in pretty quickly took a little bit extra time this year. We're probably a month behind what a normal Bermuda grass season would be. And so if you had Bermuda grass and you were experiencing some spots in the lawn, typically by May 1st, those would be starting to grow in. It was really June 1st this year, and we're June 23rd with extremely warm temperatures, and this turf is very well irrigated, and you can still see that we're still growing in here. So even when you have a wonderful program like we do, and you treat grass, you're still at a disadvantage sometimes with Mother Nature. It's just only so much you can do. So we want to show you some Bermuda grass. This is irrigated Bermuda turf, and as you can see, if you pan out, for the most part, this is a very healthy lawn, and what you would expect. This grass is cut weekly, every week, at about 2 1/4 inches with a rotary mower, and you want to cut Bermuda weekly. Only the top third of this grass is typically green, and so if you're removing more than 1/4 to the 1/3 of the blade, you are going to see some browning in the yard. So you want to cut Bermuda, especially irrigated Bermuda, that's fertilized on a weekly basis.